All right, we are back for one of the short episodes of Do This Not That. Ask us anything. We still release our long episodes on Fridays, but the format of this short episode is that we receive questions in all week long that are about work stuff and about nonsense. And each episode we tackle one work-related question and one nonsense-related question. I'm really excited to welcome to the podcast one of the Guru Events amazing people, Kristen Nagel. She is a producer of this podcast. Kristen goes through those questions and she brings them to the show, and we're going to try to tackle those. So, Kristen, lay it on me. What's first the work-related question?
Okay, Jay, the work-related question is from Jamie from Livingston, New Jersey. Here's the question for you. Our webinars are only getting a handful of registrations, and I'm pushing internally for copy and creative changes to our forum and some other best practices, but finding resistance. What can I do?
That is a great question. And it's great that you're trying to make changes, that you're trying to improve things. But here's the thing, and you're going to think this is strange. Stop pushing for those changes internally. Why? If you are, for example, promoting a webinar or you are selling some sort of consumer product, whatever it may be, and you're only getting a few responses, you're getting 3 or 4 people registering for a webinar, or only a handful of sales. What you need to ask yourself in any marketing campaign that you do before you try to make changes is this simple question. If I increase my response rate on whatever it is I'm doing, if I increase my response rate by 100%, and so now, instead of getting 4 registrants for your webinar, you got 8. Instead of getting 6 sales, you got 12. If you increased your response rate by literally 100%, would that be good enough? Would that be a win for you in terms of the campaign? And the reason you have to ask yourself that question is, it's almost a 0% chance that changes that you make to your landing page, to your subject line, to your creative, to your social postings, to your search ads, whatever it may be, almost a 0% chance that any of these changes that you make are going to result in over a 100% increase in actual response rate. Your issue is probably your offer. Your issue is probably the topic of your webinar, whatever it is that you're selling. You have a bigger issue and you need to go back to the drawing board. So the question you always want to ask yourself is 100% increase a win? If it's not, then you are wasting your time because these tweaks are not going to lead to a 100% increase in performance. So that's really how I would think about doing that internal battle, because you're going to win the battle and lose the war because you're not going to be really getting the response rate that you want. So that was the work question. Hit me with the ridiculous question. I'm ready for it, Kristen.
All right, ridiculous question from Christine from Atlanta. Who would you want to play you in a movie about your life? I'm interested to see what you say about this.
Oh my. So first of all, no one's making a movie about my life, but if they did, and this is actually very sad for me, you're going to feel bad. So when I was younger, okay, people used to tell me, like when I was a lot younger, that I looked like Patrick Dempsey. Now, who's Patrick Dempsey? He's McDreamy from Grey's Anatomy. Now, when I was younger, he was in this movie called Can't Buy Me Love, which is one of the greatest movies of all time. But here's why it's very sad and depressing. Nobody tells me I look like that dude anymore. Nobody. And you know why? Because after Can't Buy Me Love, the dude got a nose job. He got a major nose job. And ever since he got his nose job, not one human being on earth has said to me, I look like, now he's considered like super hot and all this stuff. So it's a very depressing thing in my mind because I was like, oh, that's who I look like, but now it's not who I look like. So that's that. So let me ask you, Kristen, who is your person who's there to play you in the movie?
I've never thought about this, but I would probably prefer someone funny, maybe like Amy Schumer or some comedian from SNL. But yeah, I like your answer much better.
My answer's depressing and sad, and it makes me feel horrible. Patrick Dempsey ruined me. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in for this short episode. And check out the longer episodes on Friday. And send in your questions. DM us, email us. Any question, nothing's off limits. And thanks for being here.